Good evening, friends. Today we are going to learn the management lessons from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. So Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, many people in Calcutta, even if you go West Bengal, many people worship him as God, like Shivaji in Maharashtra, Veerapandi Kattabomman in Tamil Nadu. He is supposed to be one of the bravest warrior of Eastern India. So he was not very much studious during his earlier days. He was born in Bangalore. At the age of 15, he ran from his house seeking for spiritual learnings. He went to Himalayas, he went to all the places. After 2-3 years, he came back. They moved to Cuttack. He studied there. Then he moved to college. He was not very studious, but he was a very good rank holder. So he studied at Calcutta. After that, his father sent him to University of Cambridge to do his ICS. That earlier, the people used to call that Administrative Services of Government of India. It is Indian Civil Service, ICS they used to call. So he went and prepared himself while studying at Cambridge, and we became 4th best candidate of his batch. Okay, so this was the photograph. He took it when he was studying at Cambridge and after passing the ICS. Within 4 days after passing the ICS, he went and wrote to the Supreme Authority saying that I don't like to work as a servant under British. So I would like to resign. And he also admitted that that time he got around stipend of around 100 pounds or something. He told that I will return that entire money the moment you accept my resignation and relieve me from ICS. It was a probationary officer, no, that time. So British don't want him to lose because he's one of the bright candidates who passed extremely well. So again, they called him, discussed with him, explained to him the benefits, what we will get it. All these things, he didn't listen. He simply said that I don't want to work under you. Simple. So finally they accepted, and Netaji returned to India and to start his political career. Around 1920 he came. He was searching for a guru. He went and met Gandhi. Gandhi has suggested him that you are very young, so you are from Calcutta. So we have one great leader at Calcutta called Chittaranjan Das. You be in touch with him. So he went and met Chittaranjan Das. Chittaranjan Das was a great lawyer, and he was the first mayor of Calcutta Municipal Corporation. And after seeing his capabilities and all, he appointed him as a chief executive officer of Calcutta Municipal Corporation. I am not calling it as Kolkata, I am calling it as Calcutta because that is the British era, that period. So CMCA used to call. He was appointed as a chief executive officer. He has brought in many reforms in Calcutta, cleanliness and dresses for the people. So many things like workers of municipal corporation, everyone. It is just like Europe. He tried to bring in all the reforms in Calcutta. So people respected him and liked him very much because he is more of action oriented rather than talking. So he is more of action oriented person. Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das was very much liking to Subhash Chandra Bose. So he always kept him with him wherever he goes. He used to take Subhash Chandra Bose with him. He was very young. He was around 24, 25 only. So later what happened is after Deshbandhu, Sengupta became the mayor. That time Subhash Chandra Bose was actively involved in the Indian National Congress. He joined in Indian National Congress and he was working very hard in Indian National Congress, and he has also become a president of Youth Congress president of West Bengal. And later, after Sengupta, 30, he became the mayor of Calcutta Municipal Corporation. One instance which was told by one of his lieutenant, I will talk about this. In 1923 itself, he became the president of All India Youth Congress and secretary of Bengal State Congress. So he was very hardworking and continuously on the field supporting the temple. Of course, he is from a well-to-do family, so he need not worry about the money and other things. So what happened is, and there was one club in Kolkata. In that club, there will be a board, and that board will be saying that dogs and Indians are not allowed. Only British is allowed in the club. So as soon as he became the mayor, he ensured that that board is removed and the club is made it for everyone. Otherwise, we will close the club. Like that, he took a decision. That was a bold decision against British. That time, Calcutta was British headquarters because East India Company headquarters was Calcutta. So he was very bold and he has a huge supporting and huge followers because very good things he has done to the society and the people. He has ensured that. And he told that this cannot be accepted in our country and you have come here, so you cannot be like this. Like that and all, he had a huge demonstration. He had done plenty of demonstration. Later, he was arrested. After he was arrested, he was not feeling well. And they told him that you are not feeling well. He had a gallbladder stone. That time, medical facilities, people used to go to Europe. So for removing his gallbladder, his father sent him to Austria. So he was there where he was health has recovered. Again, he came back to India. Oh, again, he came back. Again, he started the freedom struggle across West Bengal. And his popularity has become so big and he has to get inducted into the National Congress, INC. And in 29, he became the president of Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress, he was there for a year. Okay. And his reforms, he was not agreeing with Gandhi and Nehru on Sattvic path. He was more like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, but he was more aggressive than Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So Gandhi could not accept it. Gandhi was saying, but one stage when Subhash Chandra Bose announced in the public meeting, we have to face British if necessary with the armed struggle. Then the people could not accept it. It was totally against Ahimsa followed by Gandhiji. So they told him, please refrain your words, because this will ignite all the people. He could not. Again, 1930, he became the president. He got elected, but again, due to the disputes wordings with Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, he quit his post. And many of you may not be knowing that Jai Hind was coined by him, so which used by Gandhi and Nehru and all the political leaders, which ignited many people across India. Okay, so this was the picture when 1930, when he became the second time president unanimously, he was coming to address the meeting. And after addressing the meeting, he told that politely, since my points and directions and methods are not suiting to the people of Congress High Command, I would like to withdraw, I would like to resign from my services. Like that, he resigned the presidency post of Indian National Congress and he moved back. That is early 39. Okay. So what happened is, end of 1939, he was arrested by British people again, and he put him in the jail. Soon his health was deteriorating. The health was deteriorating to that level, the British were very afraid, because if he die in the prison, it will be a huge chaos at Bengal, because he was a huge leader by that time. So they sent him to his house and kept him in house arrest. House arrest means complete arrest. Nobody can see him. Nobody can talk to him. He cannot communicate anything. Like that, they have kept him in arrest. He told that I am going to take study religious things. So 1 month I am not going to see any one of you. So you give the plate in the below the door. Food I will take and leave the empty plates. So like that, no, he never came out of the room. He had all the facilities inside the room. So people used to keep the plate, and after eating, the plate will come. The people used to, and it was followed by for many days. So many people thought that he is living inside, but cleverly he escaped from Calcutta, and he decided he want to go back to Austria because Europe is the better place, and many people will be against British, so he want to move to Austria. How he went was from Calcutta he went to Delhi by car. From Delhi he went to Kabul by another car. At Kabul, people there will be plenty of spies of British will be there. So he acted that as if he is deaf and dumb. He cannot talk on language. So he became like a deaf and dumb, and he got an Italian passport through his friends, and he moved from there to Moscow. From Moscow, he went to Berlin. Okay. And from Berlin, he went to Austria. When he went to Austria, his main objective was to mobilize national support or international support for his vision. So he had a great vision. He had a mission planned in his mind. To carry out that mission, he needs to be stationed in a neutral place, which was Austria was suiting to him for the health reasons as well as for the climatic conditions. So he stayed there. He appointed Emily as his stenographer, and slowly Emily and Netaji fell in love. They got married, and they got a daughter called Anita. Now, Professor Anita, he lives in Austria but comes frequently to Kolkata. Okay, so she fell in love with, and they got married, and they lived happily over there. And Emily used to support Subhash Chandra Bose in writing letters, fixing appointment, meeting people, taking down the notes, sending informations across the world. All these things Emily used to do it for Netaji. So Netaji was always focused on India's freedom. All the time he was spending on India's freedom. He used to interact with all the national political leaders across the globe and used to talk to those people. And with very close association, he could able to win the confidence of German people. Okay. So at Germany, from Austria he took a train to Germany, and after reaching Germany, he would like to seek an appointment with Hitler. Initially, he was not able to meet Hitler. Of course, he got the people with somebody who is second in command or third in command of Hitler's army. So he explained his idea, methodology, and all the things. And he told that he will take it up with Hitler and he will come back to you. So after a few months, again, he got an opportunity to meet Hitler. But that meeting did not go very well, because that was an incident. There was somebody was saying it. Because what Hitler used to do is, if somebody is coming to meet him, he would like to test those people, whether they are really capable people to meet him and all. So he will have his duplicates. They will ask him, the visitor, to wait in a room, and Netaji started reading a book. Some of Hitler duplicate came and walked across him, came and standed in front of him like that and all. But Netaji didn't consider those people. I do not know how he identified those people as non-Hitler and duplicates. What happened when Hitler came and touched him at the back and asked him? Then immediately he turned back and he said, "Hitler, how are you?" Then Hitler was surprised. How you can say that I am Hitler? You have never met me before. That was a word given by Hitler. And for which Netaji answered, the great dictator of Hitler, to whom British Prime Minister was afraid, in this tone: "No one in the world has the courage to put his hand on Subhash Chandra Bose's shoulder except Hitler, not even his men." That is the guts, that's the courage he had at Hitler, in Hitler's office, okay, and telling such a bold word to him. Hitler was happy to see a very young man, and he was even asking him, "Are you senior to Gandhi or are you junior to Gandhi?" And Hitler, for which Netaji has replied, "I am much junior to Gandhi. Gandhi is much senior to all of us." Then he explained his methodology, all the things. And Hitler was listening to him and came back and told that it's very difficult to support you with our armed forces because from Germany to India, it's a long path. Only way is to move the troops by air. That is uneconomical. But we will support you in all possible ways. And we are planning to have some other plan that we was having in my mind was taking over Russia. From Russia, supporting India is easier. So that is the thing. He told that I will not able to provide the armed support initially. He has agreed and he continued. And Hitler gave him all the facilities for him to start a radio station. From there, he was broadcasting throughout the world about the propaganda and all the allegations made by British people against Netaji. And what is the importance, what is the cruelty British people are doing it in India. So many of you may not be knowing it, during World War II, 20 lakh Indian soldiers fought for British for nothing because of Gandhi's acceptance to what you call British people. 20 lakh Indian soldiers went and fought. I do not know how many people died. One point of time, so 10,000 soldiers were captured by Germans. Then, since Netaji had a good relationship with the High Command of Germany, he went and discussed with them and told them that he would like to absorb those people into his army. So he went and spoke to all the 10,000 people and tried to tell them that you are working under British Army now, but I have an opportunity for you to work for Indian Army, and we are going to save our country. How many people are interested? More than around 60% of the people were interested, and they signed the bond. Accepting changing over the side from British to Netaji's army. Okay, that time it was not formed as an Indian National Army. It was a freedom movement or India. So they call it as a logo will be there. The logo will be like this, Azad, and a tiger will be this. Okay. Again, what happens is later they want to, before the end of the Second World War, he want to move to Tokyo because he knows that alliance was Germany and Tokyo, Japan was the alliance, and so he want to move. So how he moved from Germany is not by road, this time by submarine. So what he did, he moved in a German submarine. It came up to Madagascar. At Madagascar, another Japanese submarine exchanged him and took him to Middle East. Sorry, not Southeast. Somewhere in Indonesia. We do not know where that was. From Indonesia, he took a flight and he went to Tokyo. And he went and addressed the people at Tokyo. He impressed all the people at Tokyo, and the people were stunned to see an Indian leader who is so charismatic and who was energetic, who is explaining their thoughts very clearly to all the people. So it was a wonderful meeting with Netaji and all the Japanese. Japanese immediately agreed that we will give all the necessary support and we will support your army. You create an army and we will provide you our strength of our army, because they were against British. Okay, so they were ready to do all the things. But unexpectedly, during the World War End period, casualties are more. So Japan has surrendered. When Japan surrendered, there were very little people who were left out. So by the time Japanese army, 130,000 Indian soldiers fought for British were surrendered to Japanese army. Again, this 130,000 people, 50,000 people Netaji converted to join in INA. There are only many people, and he also formed a battalion called Jhansi Rani Battalion. Jhansi Rani Battalion is Here, surprisingly, many teenagers, mostly young women, okay, Jhansi Rani Battalion was only young women were formed, and they were actively participating in all types of war, including guerrilla war and commando type of wars and direct battles, uh, front-end operations, everywhere they were operating. So Netaji used to call them there are his adopted daughters. The famous personality is the person who is walking along with Netaji is Colonel Lakshmi. Colonel Lakshmi Sahal. Okay, she is actually a medical doctor. Because of the inspiration of Netaji's thought, she quit the job of doctor and she joined with Netaji army as a colonel, and she was the head of Jhansi Rani regiment. And by this time, under agreement with the Japanese, Hitler Germany, ex-president of Congress Party with a significant following, stated that Subhash Chandra Bose was sent to Germany to Singapore to take charge of Indian National Army from Rai Behari Bose. Who is this Rai Behari Bose? The left man you are seeing it now is Mohan Singh, who formed INA first. Indian National Army was formed by him. He was originally he was a captain in British Army. Later, he switched his side after he got surrendered with the Japanese, and he switched his side and he told that I will form my own army to protect India. He formed that army, almost around 50,000 people or 60,000 people. After Mohan Singh, this Rai Behari Bose took in command. But after seeing the capabilities of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Hitler has requested Japanese to change the leadership from Rai Behari Bose to Subhash Chandra Bose. So this photograph, when he come and took over as a leader of Indian National Army at Singapore. Okay. So here, what was their plan was? Their plan was to go and attack Kolkata, enter into Bengal from Rangoon. So they equipped themselves with a lot of materials. Along with Japanese army, they marched towards this. 60,000 soldiers. And his calculation was, the moment I enter into Bengal, all the people will start supporting me because he is a very big leader in Bengal. Everyone knows it. And that moment is sufficient to move the people outside, British outside India. But as usual, Indians, we are typical Indian frogs. We'll never allow other person to grow. This army was fought by again Indian soldiers. Again, same Indian soldiers who fought for British, confronted with the fellow Indians who wanted to who want to liberate the entire India, and killed many. And there was a huge rain in Rangoon, currently Myanmar. So the forest, lot of death casualty happening over there. He was thinking that the Indian army people will join and support the Indian National Army, because ulta, the Indian National Army, which went from Singapore, started surrendering to those people. So Netaji was completely defeated. So he never expected this will happen. So he was giving the concessions from Austria and Germany, but it didn't happen in the proper way. It was supported in the field by a Japanese commander and 3 of his generals. And these 3 generals, there are one Sikh, one Hindu, and one Muslim general of Indian National Army who reported to Subhash Chandra Bose, was arrested, and all these 3 people were put on trial at Delhi by British government. They were sentenced for a long imprisonment. That was a judgment. But after hearing the judgment, the crowd outside the court was shouting so much, finally they have to release them. That's the only thing happened in the entire Indian freedom struggle. A person was punished, and before executing the judgment, okay, all these 3 people were released because of the huge support from Netaji's followers outside the court. Okay. All three people could not be taken into the jail, and all three people are released. Okay. Then in 1942, Gandhi and used to say it, Mr. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is patriot of patriots. He is the patriot of patriots. That is the word Gandhi has described about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And he told that seeing a person like him is impossible. Though I would like to take freedom in phases, he want to get freedom in a single stroke. Sometimes even he will say, kick the British. The way, the tone what he uses is the same word, kick the British outside India. So this was so aggressive, he could not go along with the Satvik party like Congress. Okay, so even though they had difference in ideologies, they say that we respect each other. That was Gandhiji's statement. Okay, in 1942. On 18th August 1945. Okay, and Netaji took a flight from Taipei. From Singapore, he went to Taipei. From Taipei, he took a flight. Okay, that flight never landed. It made a crash, and many people believe that he passed away during this accident. Okay. This is 18th August 1945, and 2nd September 1945, World War II has come to an end. Okay. Within few days, this was a letter written by Jawaharlal Nehru, dated 26th December 1945. According to the affidavit filed by a person who is Shyamlal Jain, who was the personal stenographer of Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru wrote this letter on 26th December 1945 to Mr. Clement Attlee, Prime Minister of England. Dear Mr. Attlee, I understand from reliable source that Subhash Chandra Bose, your war criminal, see the wordings, your war criminal has been allowed to enter Russian territory by Stalin. This is 26th December 1945. Whereas according to some theory, 18th August 1945 itself, he was killed, or he died in the accident. This is a clear treachery and betrayal of the faith by the Russians, as Russia has been an ally of the British Americans, which she should not have done. Please take note of it and do what you consider proper and fit. This was committed, or this was written by Jawaharlal Nehru according to his own personal secretary, Shyamlal Jain. This is not, so he has put it in record. This is our National Archive of India, where Shyamlal Jain committed in front of G.D. Khosla Commission, which was formed in 1970. And he was not remembering exact words, but he told more or less in these words only. I only typed out letter for Nehru, and we dispatched that letter. Why Nehru has to do like this? The reason is very simple. Including all the political leaders in India were afraid of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's popularity. If he comes back to India, all the people they think that they are popular, the popularity is nowhere comparable with respect to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose has not visited Tamil Nadu. So many people from Ramnad has joined with him just because the invitation sent by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on the radio, Muthu Ramalinga Devar joined his freedom struggle, and in turn, so many people from Ramnad has joined the freedom struggle. So the way at which he is a magnetic person. He is not a charismatic leader by looking good and all the things. He is a real magnetic person. Whoever happened to see him, even at a long distance, will get attracted towards him, because his intention is only pure patriotism, nothing else. Okay. Unlike other people who call themselves as leaders and who we treat currently as great leaders are not great leaders. That's the reason I am not calling them as legend. Legend means legend. Only people who deserve to be a legend can be called as legend. Those people can claim that they are leaders, but there is a difference of opinion. We don't want to get into that. Okay, this was Mukherjee's commission report. Next, after Kodla commission report, Mr. Mukherjee, who was the High Court Justice, and they formed a committee. And earlier 2 committees was fixed by Congress government, and that government, both the committees, they went to Taiwan. One committee has not even visited. Second committee went to Taiwan. They didn't even visit the Taipei. Taipei means current Taiwan, the crash site. Okay. Whereas Mukherjee committee, Mr. Mukherjee has visited Taipei, went to the site also. He says that the Justice M.K. Mukherjee Commission concluded that Bose is dead, but he did not die in a plane crash, as alleged. The ashes in Japanese temple are not of Netaji. In the absence of any clinching evidence, a positive answer cannot be given. This is the exact wordings given by Mukherjee Commission. Okay, it was going for 70 years. There was no truth. We could not. Some people say that he came to India again and he was living like a sage. Some people found him as a sage. Some people know that he was a sage. All these things, all theories are going on. But which one is true, nobody ideas. But 2017, Right Information Act, RTI Act, okay, when one Mr. Sen has asked Ministry of Home Affairs, the reply given on 31st May 2017 was, after considering the reports of Shah Nawaz Committee, that was the first committee, Justice G.D. Khosla Commission, and Justice Mukherjee Commission of Inquiry, okay, the government has come to a conclusion that Netaji has died in a plane crash in 1945. That ends the mystery of Subhash Chandra Bose's death. He also told that the Baba, people used to think that it is Netaji was Baba, but still the conflicts are going on. There are 2-3 versions of it is available. Some people, he was the Netaji. Some people say that no, Baba was not Netaji. Some people say that Netaji was alive, but he didn't die in plane crash. He moved out and he went to Siberia, and Russians kept him in prison based on the instruction received from Indian government. So many theories are going on. Which one is true, we do not know. We need not enter into that. But what are the management lessons we should learn from great Indian legend Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? Most courageous leader of modern India. Just imagine the meeting with Hitler, how, unless otherwise you are truly courageous, you will now have guts to say, who has guts to put their arm in my shoulder except Hitler? That is the courageous leader. A lion will be a lion wherever it goes. That is the leadership of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He is highly patriotic, I already told you. Highly patriotic in the sense is not like Sattvic methods. Kick British is the way at which he is pronouncing it itself now. It ignites the people. Kick British from India. Because that is the deserving attitude the British need to have given by Netaji. That's the reason he was using the strong words. Because he is not an uneducated illiterate. He studied abroad. He studied at Cambridge. He knows what are the things. He knows how he was treated at Cambridge just because he is an Indian. And when he came back, he refused to accept ICS. Next day, what are the things happened? And he left the office of mayor, how the people treated him. Immediately, how they arrested him. What are the mental torture they have given to him. All these things, he knows it. Okay. So that's the reason he don't want the people. Just imagine dogs and Indians are not allowed. And the club is in India. And all our fellows were guarding the club, working in the club. What type of patriotic fellows we were. He's a great strategist. Strategy in the sense is, but his strategy could not materialize because of World War. He found out Germany, France, and Japan were a good partners. He aligned himself and took the support from all the people. Italy also. He also met, some people say that he also met Mussolini. Okay. Germany, Italy, France, Japan and all, he had a very good relationship. So they were supporting him heavily with money and space and working, everything they supported him. He always upgrade and update and always add new things. When he formed that INA, he formed it in the, he was the first person come out with the woman being of Jhansi Rani regiment. He always upgraded, he got a lot of ammunition for the people by attacking Myanmar. The only mistake what he thought that he never expected Indian soldiers who is working for British will fight with fellow Indians. That is the only miscalculation we have done it. Our fellows, just for money, killed own brothers who were fighting for freedom for every one of the people. Okay, so that's a typical Indian frog story. Okay, just to throw money and people will do whatever they want. Systems builder. He was preparing all the documents. Many of you may not be knowing about it. He prepared what are the denominations of currencies to be made, how to be printing the currency as soon as we get independence, what are the postal and services we should do it, and what are the police, complete documentation he has made, because he saw good things from all the Germany, France and Japan, all the places, and he noted down all the things, and he found out among those things, German police was the best. So he prepared a huge document, how a police system should be functioning after we get independence. He was a system builder. He built and he created documents for all the required things. Indian National Congress, who claim that they got the freedom. I will tell you one important information. Some of the people admitted to some of the world famous journalists, historians, British did not leave India because of Indian National Congress. British left India because they realized that Netaji movement is becoming popular, and the moment if the army, which is where the Indian soldiers are working, are not going to listen to them, then it is a time for them to leave. So, but wrongly we think that they left India because of Mr. Gandhi or because of Mr. Nehru. Because of Gandhi, because of Nehru, they didn't leave India. They left India because of the charismatic power created by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. They were afraid that the death and all the things, news, that's the reason they spreaded news like that. But that has created a huge havoc within the Indian soldiers. That Indian soldiers later realized that, and they started disobeying to the British government. The moment the aggression has increased, they decided there is no point in holding India. That's the reason they left. You Google it out and you will find out the real reason also. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose has ability to inspire and ignite billions of people across the world. Billions of people. I'm putting it billions because including Japan, nobody knows Gandhi. You just check it out. Go to Japan, people knows only Netaji. People think that it is only Netaji's country. It's Japan. So that is the respect, because the way at which he projected himself about India, about Indian culture, about Indian patriotism to those people, all the people across the globe get ignited because of his thoughts, inspired because of his magnetic charisma. The one moment, one time, if somebody happened to see him, they will become surrender to Netaji. That huge power he had. Many times, what we say, if sometimes I think that in case if Netaji has entered into India, okay, British might have left it in 1945 itself. We might have won the war against British. But Netaji's simple wrong calculation was, he never expected that fellow Indians will fight and kill fellow Indians. That happened. That was a mistake. And food supply could not be controlled from here. could not be given to people at jungles, heavy rain, which also pushed Netaji's army, Indian National Army, to surrender to British Army. Okay. That was the biggest wrong calculation made by Netaji. I cannot call it as a wrong calculation. I will say it is only betrayal of fellow Indian soldiers, okay, who fought again, killed our own fellow Indians. So the management lessons, if you see him, he had a vision, he had a mission, how to do it. If he doesn't have a mission, he may not have created so many systems. He created all the documents, okay, and he was very popular. He was able to ignite, inspire, even today, billions of people. He was always looking for upgrading themselves, and his speeches, if you listen to him in Austria radio, there are some things that are available on YouTube. It is inspiring speeches. And a real charismatic leader, courageous leader also, sitting at Austria and taking money from their government to run government of India. And he was expected as the Indian. He was respected and believed that people still worship him as a god. Some people are there, even ardent fans. Those people are thinking that still Netaji is alive. Okay. So with this, I come to a conclusion of this.